You like the torture pick, though, because, again, if anything, it's him and Master of Arms. You're not too sure exactly what they're thinking here when it comes down to those two pickups. So definitely some good pickups for that reason, if anything. With that said, too, a couple of quick updates on the other series that are taking place. So State Green did defeat Internet Gangsters 2-0, it looks like. Team USA is up 1-0 against Too Much Sugar. They're in Game 2, and again, that is being casted by Beef, I believe, over there in Coldcast. And then Justice League is currently up 1-0 over Nice Prize Pool. So, once again, just some updates there as far as those series. And those are loser bracket series. So again, the loser of those matches will be done. So, TMSR, Team USA especially, though, that's a matchup. And you look at Game 2 right here, just a quick sneak peek. Look at that. TMSR is actually winning 11-3 in hero kills, and looking pretty strong there in game number 2. So maybe a game 3 header for that one. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Bands coming out here. Fade Devour Rally by Team Excellent. You have Moon Queen, Corrupt Disciple. And now, following that trend, do you think it's going to be another carry maybe? Oh, no, Ophelia is the final ban, actually. Don't want to give them the Ophelia, but that means Tempest and Keeper are both left on the board. So it comes down to the classic case of who's going to blink first with those pickups. Excellent. I'm sure that's in their thought process here. If anything, they have a suicide option already in Lodestone, and ooh, they just go straight for the Dampier here. They want to give Nox his Dampier. Again, he's very comfortable with that hero, as there are several carries as of late. Will it be the difference, though, in this game, is the question. He might as well ready up on that hero, because I don't think you're going to be catching Lion Esports Club off guard here, as far as that's concerned. So back over to Lions now, with their first 3 picks. Determining how they want to finish, or at least follow up now. They could go, they could go something like the Tempest here, and then not necessarily force Team Excellent to pick up a Keeper, because again, they already do have the Lodestone. But I really think, going Tempest there, and then they could have finished with Keeper themselves, and that would have set up pretty nicely as far as the lineup goes for Lion Esports Club. It would have been a jungler in the end, but damn, that would have been a pretty nice combo to have. But because the likelihood of Team Excellent picking up Keeper with the heroes that they already have might not have been as high. But in the end, they do go Andromeda, so they do go the support route there. And Aluna, speaking of support, is the final option for Team Excellent. So they're good to go. We'll probably end up seeing something like the Pebbles Pyro mid, Aluna, Lodestone, or Aluna Dampier at bottom, and then Lodestone, of course, Suicide. So now Lion Esports Club, I'm still uncertain of exactly, and again, that's just the power of the heroes that they have. What exactly are we going to see from them? Well, definitely is up in the air. Maybe we'll see some jungling Deadwoods and Hellbringers coming out here. No, probably not. Pharaoh's going to be the final pick, so interesting. So it's either going to be a man-up kind of tri-lane here, which definitely would not be out of the question. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Lion Esports Club, they're saying, you want to farm into your Dampier. If there is a glaring weakness of Dampier, it comes down to as far as him being able to... Well, not even that, I guess. It's not even really weak. I mean, solo kill is the problem for him, but if he has support, such as the Pyromancer and the Aluna especially, I mean, he can definitely assist the kills very well. Obviously, between that Terror and the Vampiric Flight. So, I don't even think that's a weakness. I don't even know where I was going at with that. I know that's been talked about with his solo presence, but yeah, if he has support with him, then he actually can assist very well compared to other carries even, I would think. So, let me make sure the interface is good. Yeah, it looks like it is good. So... But yeah, if you're Team Excellent, I'm pretty much sure you're banking on being tri-lane aggressive here against you. So, makes that Pharaoh pick that much more understandable. And assume it would mean a Torturer and Andromeda Master of Arms. Torturer even getting the Ring of the Teacher off the bat, or more so the Guardian Ring. So, on his way to Ring of Teacher for that tri-lane setup. So now the question is, if you're Excellent, do you match up against that, or do you send... Do you maybe send that Dampier top, force them to make an adjustment, and then kind of adjust yourself from there? Do you put Lion Esports Club in the spot of, well, we'll adjust ourselves, and then, you know, you make it kind of a mind game that way? Or do you just say, we're going to man up against it? And thinking that, because again, I mean, Dampier, Pyromancer, Aluna, that does seem like it has pretty good potential. Now, you could even argue, what about sending Dampier mid instead to solo, but that goes back to, you know, if they perhaps put that Wretched Hag middle, then maybe not what you would be wanting. I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what Team Excellent decides to do here, especially with their setup. Pretty much knowing what Lions, again, is planning to do with that Andromeda, Torture, and Master of Arms. A lot of lockdown. Obviously, plenty of range presence coming out here. So, while we're in the pause, take a look at those other series once again. What was the other one? So, it looked like that, oh wow, is that game already over? So, yeah, that TMSR game, it looks, I assume they're going to a game 3.
All right, let's get it on!
I haven't recorded yet, but yeah, I assume that's going to a game 3, though. So, TMSR versus Team USA should be going to game 3. There was Justice League versus nice prize pool. Looks like they are just starting game 2 with Justice League up 1-0. Ooh! Nice prize pool going to Kronos. You saw that? Yes, actually against a Swiftblade. Interesting. Kronos pretty good against Swiftblade. He says, you spin. He says, I lock you down in ulti. Interesting matchup there. Here we go. Roaming coming up from Lions, going a different path, and that might catch them off guard. Oh, Nox almost ran right into them. He almost basically said, here, kill me, please. But he does fall back in time. Immediate counter ward. They knew something was up, and wow, that's doing your research. I don't even think they've seldom placed that necessarily. I think that just simply was doing your research and figuring, well, they placed a ward here somewhere because that's what they've done. And so Team Excellent immediately counter-wards that. Very well played. And they also ward aside their own jungle. And look at this. So again, this went to the question. What were they going to do? How were they going to choose to go up against this aggressive tri lane? Sure enough, it is going to be Lodestone bottom. It is going to be Lodestone bottom. You got Pyromancer and Pebbles mid. Dampier and Aluna are going to start top. But so this is where the mind games start to come in now. If you're Lion Esports Club, clearly you don't just let this happen. And they're like, fine, what's done is done. You're going to make adjustments. What are those adjustments is the question. Do you just 2-2-1 yourselves? You can't really do that because you don't really have the makings for that necessarily. Although, you know, Pharaoh plus the support isn't completely out of the question. We've definitely seen that before. Oh, they are going to counter ward right here, so they will take away some vision from Team Excellent. But it looks like Andromeda Master of Arms, as soon as they see the lineups here, or the lane setups even, they're going to try to determine what to do. So Torture, obviously in a pretty solid match of his own. There is some pooled regen onto Lodestone. Torture has plenty himself. And yeah, they're going to leave him 1v1, which makes sense. And you got Master of Arms already heading towards the top lane. So this is where now it becomes difficult for Team Excellent, especially if the adjustment fully comes through. Oh, the Mummy Wall, they tried to... I don't know if they were trying to catch right there, or that was just simply fighting them off. Yeah, they might actually just make this into more of a 2-2-1. It looks like they're going to just run Feral Master of Arms here in the middle. It's an interesting setup, but you do look up. Ooh, Wretched Hag taking a lot of damage there. Looking away in time, though. But you do look at this matchup, and I think obviously, you see right there, yeah, the Mummy Wall is constantly causing issues, and especially now with Master of Arms to back up Pharaoh if they did want to initiate. The likelihood of kills coming out from this Pyro Pebbles dangerous lane is definitely lessened quite a bit, so see what they're thinking there. Although Master of Arms, not the same story, granted, you know, Pharaoh too. They both have good ways to kind of prevent the combo happening from Pebbles Pyromancer, so they're pretty content sticking to a 2-2-1. Andromeda Wretched Hag, maybe not most necessarily the ideal setup, but so Lion's kind of adjusting into more of a funky 2-2-1 here. Hey, if it works though, then it works. 11-3 Dampier. Right now it is a 1-0 Wretched Hag, so obviously this transition took a while to happen, and yeah, this goes back to I didn't know if this would have been the best choice. I mean, Dampier is still getting free farm basically. See right here, he is going to do a pull. It's only, it's not a stacked pull though. So not as efficient, but wants to get the lane pushed back. We'll see if they can hard deny on top of that now. Get that taken care of. And now into the tower we go. Master of Arms kind of go back and forth. The 2-minute rune spawn. Now going back to the top, but again, this ward aside is going to give them all the information they need. And instead, Master just going to go for a pull while he makes his way up there. So obviously they're going to see him incoming, but they're going to kind of transition into a tri-lane top here, again with the Wretched Hag. A little bit funky, but Andromeda and Master of Arms, they alone are very dangerous, and dangerous enough to get Dhampir and Luna to completely fall back. So once again, the mind games are definitely here. Now Pyromancer comes up here, and you basically have a tri versus tri lane now at this top lane. So it definitely all comes down to Dhampir and his farm still. I mean, obviously it's taking a while to get these transitions going, but he's 20-3. He's top in the game right now as far as farm goes. So Nox's farm has not really been hurt by this so far. And actually, the lane has just been in their position this whole time too. Even without a blocked pull camp, they've managed to keep this lane positioning very, very strong in their favor. You got to give credit to the supports and just the playstyle in general of Team Excellent right here. Now, how are the other lanes going? Pebble's gonna chuck Pharaoh, not go for a kill necessarily, but just kind of tap him a little bit, say hello. Pebble's 22-10, Pharaoh 12-6. So Pebble's having a great time there. Lowstone versus Torture, the last one. Torture 23-8, Lowstone 10-1. So Torture most certainly. Super KGE accomplishing quite a bit at the bottom lane there. Dhampir still trying to finish that blood chalice. Right now it's 3v2. You see Master of Arms, he is going to look to pull here. Or, yeah, he is just going to do a pull, not going to stack it. Haste Room bottled up. I thought I saw one. Yeah, on Pharaoh here. He's only level 4 though. So don't expect him to roam. I mean, this lane control, the fact that Team Excellent has been able to just dominate this lane control really. That's just been all that Dhampir has needed. So yeah, he already has his blood chalice now with those boots. Lane's being pushed back here, which is that single stack pull. But once again, into the tower. And it's going to go right back in favor of Team Excellent, most likely. So, you got Lion Esports Club. They're trying to get that lane position back in their favor, but again, Team Excellent as a team doing pretty good here. You see some supports going at it with the warding situation. Nice counter work coming out from Lions. Some bounty for that, as well as take away the vision. Still no kills as we're approaching 6 minutes. Lowstone, speaking of 6, he is level 6. That's that beautiful kill chance opportunity, but Torture already has Steam Boots on top of the Ring of the Teacher. And actually gonna box out Bassus right here quite a bit. If he got the chain reactions off, that would have been a kill. Wasn't able to get it off in time, though. The cast time just a little bit too long. And Lodestone does port away with the rocket drill. Dhampir topping the GPN chart though, and you know, if you're Lion Esports Club, and I know you can't see this obviously in the game yourself, but if you knew that Dhampir, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they are aware of that, is top of the GPM in this game now, 6.5 minutes in so far. That's completely going against what the whole idea of your strategy was, I would think. You know, again, the choice to do a man-up trial in with their draft. And, although, I mean, Team Excellent though, they made the response. They knew it was coming. They adjusted right off the bat, and seems like Lions has kind of just struggled to make the counter adjustment. So I think Torture is going to be the big factor here for Lions, and Super KG is having a great game, 300 gold per minute himself. Also Pharaoh getting that level 6 mark, which he is. So may look for an opportunity here soon. Once again, lane B pushed up. Look at this, though. They poured to the bottom lane, so they've had enough time at the top lane. They're going to come bottom here. Not only box out Torch, but actually Feral in the middle lane going to be comboed, and there's your Bloodlust kill. Brodex 5 level, gets credit for it. Aluna runs into Torture, though. So, unfortunately, Pew just got out of position, trying to chase a little bit too far right there. And he ends up dying to the hands of Torture, so that does not help the situation a lot, but they did get the Bloodlust kill in the middle lane. Pebbles is now looking really strong, 385 gold per minute. And again, you see the adjustment made here by Team Excellence. So they say now's the time, now that he's level 5, now that the good farm has already started on Nox, we're good, sending him to the bottom lane here. But now Torture and Andromeda coming back in, so we'll see if they can definitely use a kill onto Dampier. Meanwhile, at the top rune area, locked down on the Pyromancer. Chuck, though, the Stalagmites hit as well. Beautiful combo coming out. Both Master of Arms and Feral Fall. Fine gets credit for both, but that was really all Pebbles right there. Nice chuck into the Stalagmites to hit both. Again, Dampier at the bottom lane. Can they land the stun? Chain reaction. Combo's done in range. Yes, he gets in range. Beautiful follow-up on top of that. So they get the kill on Nox at least. And that's what Lion Esports Club really needed to take advantage of him adjusting out of this bottom lane. But Pebbles, he is at 417 gold per minute now. 1,100 more gold saved up. He already has the bottle power supply and steam boots. So Portal Key is definitely next in line for him. And that is coming along very quickly. And this is not the bulkiest team here on the Hellborn side. You know, unless Feral gets some good farm, which he's not really even the best farm himself, so he too is not going to be the most tanky. Now, again, not a tanky team over here on the Hellborn side, so Pebbles really has a lot of target choices here when it comes down to his options as far as what he wants to pick off once he gets that portal key. So Wretched Hag, I assume his farm is starting to go up a little bit now. Yeah, 230 gold per minute, so Fuzi, unlike last game, much more struggling in terms of farm this time around. Torture actually porting back to the bottom lane. This has turned into that trial lane. So again, it's like Team X said they avoided this from the beginning and it was working out very well. But now they've transitioned into what Lions wanted from the beginning, really. Let's word a sight right here from Pew. That's going to get them all the information they're looking for. But now Nox's farm, I mean, it is showing. I mean, he's having less success than he's down here than he was at the top lane. So it's a case of, you know, they felt comfortable enough that they were going to be able to make the adjustment, but that kill, and now the chase is on. Torture going for a kill. It's level 6. Pyromancer, though, Blazing Strike comes out. You saw that coming. Fine gets the pick off. And here we go. Now the chase continues. Dampier coming in. Lowstone to Rocket Drill. The Shadow Storm. Boom! Goes the Dynamite. Andromeda falls. And the Consume from Dampier to pick up a kill on a Handskin. So, talk about a complete swing of momentum right there. Team Excellent. That just really did it in. 3,700 goalie now, 4,000 experience lead. And now Nox, once again, is back to having a great time. Bassett's porting to the bottom lane to assist right there. That was obviously huge. And again, that portal key is coming along very, very, very shortly right here for Pebbles. So, 11 minutes in. Team Excellent definitely getting the start that they wanted. So, Lion Esports Club, that whole the idea of investing in the strategy into trying to lock down the Dampier with that aggressive trial lane has definitely backfired so far. Torture also, I mean, you also see Torture. Guess what, guys? Guess what I'm gonna say? And maybe this is because Swindle's just brought this up so much lately, but you know, it's for good reason. It makes sense. It makes sense. Nah, hashtag Vestments. I mean, where is it? He actually canceled a TP right there. And gonna go for Dampier. Comma stun comes out of Pyama doing plenty of damage. Will it be enough? No. Well, there's a flight. There's a Consume. And down goes Andromeda. The chase continues. The chain reactions misses, though. Super KGE. Can he get a range for the Agonizing Bonds? It's only level 1. Maybe try to kill the courier. The nuke connects. Can he get a range? No, he cannot. And Dampier is going to live. Another Torment that souls up in 7 seconds. But Dampier should be fine when it's all said and done. Pebbles running in. Pebbles not the smartest move right here, is it? Chuck coming out. He wants to kill. Fork Lightning connects. Pharaoh does not have his wrath with the Pharaoh. He is going to chase right here. Torment still hits. But that will be the end of that. So they almost got the counter kill onto Dampier, but unsuccessful. The lead continues now, 12.5 minutes in. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking back at Super KG's items here. He's actually going to finish a Sackstone. And I don't... I mean, I'm looking at the Legion team right now, unless I'm missing something very... Is a Sackstone really worth that upgrade? I mean, how much more gold are you putting in? So from... What the hell are these items? 1930 for the Sackstone compared to 735 for this, so... Yeah, you're putting a good 1,200 gold more in, basically, to upgrade into the Sackstone right here. And there is more to a Sackstone than just the armor, sure. But... You know, is that worth it over something like a Mystic Vestments and towards that Light Brand here for him, if that's what he wants to go for? I don't know. Top lane, Fuzi obviously gets picked off. Fighting trouble up there. Speaking of Light Brand, Dampier has his. You know, it's 13:30 into the game, so... Obviously, definitely later than you are used to seeing in a lot of cases, but... Hey, it's still fine. 360 gold per minute, and you just see it. Look at Brodex.
Serial killer.
Brodex using that portal key. Bottom lane. Missed that action as Super KG gets caught out.
Denied.
I think it's falling apart for Lions here. Very quickly. And that's just what Dampier does. They deny the tower, so the Dampier pick going to prove to come through here, I think, for Team Excellent. I mean, so far at least. But 7,300 gold lead, 10,000 experience. You see right here, they're going to try to catch a Luna maybe. Wretched Ag blinks in, low stun though, rocket drill stun, here comes a combo stun, hits Dampier as he's in mid-flight. So it does stall him on killing Wretched Ag, but he's gonna get a kill on a Master of Arms consume. He has the 3 charges, he has another flight in 2 seconds, doesn't matter, Brodex comes in and cleans up right there. And you can tell, Lion Esports Club, they're kind of just throwing themselves at it right now. I mean, you see Pharaoh, Andromeda, Torture is back. So actually Pebbles might be in trouble right here. Pebbles is gonna be locked down. And Pebbles does end up falling.
Smackdown.
So actually a nice counter kill in the end. For Lion Esports Club. Now they're pushing back the bottom lane here, so. In the meantime though, Team Excellent, middle tower kill.
Takes down a Hellborn tower.
Already 1,500 more gold saved up on Dampier. Grimoire as always coming along very quickly. 1,600 more on Pebbles, and again, he just moved around as soon as he got that PK. He's now 5-1-2, so Brodex making work of that immediately. And he's well on his way to a Soul's Bulwark. Well, I mean, Sharking Head against this Hellborn team would actually be very, very powerful too, so. But I almost want to say, because of the way the game's going, Soul's Bulwark wouldn't be out of the question. We'll see where he goes, though. But yeah, I'm still a little baffled by the Torture's decision here to invest all that extra gold. And again, it's 1,200 gold, but still very early on, where that gold is definitely, you know, obviously it's not coming as quickly as it is later on in the game. Especially with the start you're having, to get some armor boost. I don't know. But he does finish it right there. So he does have it now at least. Dampier, 2,400 gold. It just adds up so quickly. Blessed Aura picked up. You see Lion Esports Club trying to take advantage now and do some Ancients here. I just don't see an item, though, that stands out that they... I mean, what? They got Light Brand being worked on here by Hag. Torture is... who knows what he's going for. He has 1,200 gold saved up. I think, you know, the usual tablet route would always be good, but... Mystic Vestments definitely would be great. No one has a Mystic Vestments over here on the Hellborn side. I think it just constantly goes back to Dampier, even Pebble. I mean, Pebble's alone even, let alone Dampier especially. The fact that they're both on the same team, it's hard to see a team not pick up any Mystic Vestments. I know we're harping on it, and I know, you know, it's at a point where it's like over the top maybe to say like you're in the game, it's like probably over anyways, but it's not bad to practice, you know, good things like that in my opinion. I mean, okay, there we go with the Mystic Vestments purchase on Torture as well as a Major Totem even. That's actually Pebbles though. He's going to be comboed right here. Brodex finding himself in a bad spot. He is going to eventually fall. So he ran in there with a haste turn actually, thinking that he was fine. All of a sudden he gets countered. So good pick off coming out from Lions, and Well, that's how they're going to come back eventually, of course. Just by starting that train. A Wretched Ag with a light brand. So obviously, I'm going to try to finish that Grimoire into the Shrunken eventually, but again, it's Dampier has started that snowball. His GPM taking off 468 gold per minute. Pebbles also looking really good. Speaking of Torture, Consume comes out. He's in a lot of trouble. He gets the chain reactions off. He is going to live as a result. So Dampier not even able to do enough damage just yet to Torture. Mystic Vestments definitely could not come at a better time right there. That's definitely the difference maker right there for saving him. But Dampier will just clean up the farm anyways. Not the biggest deal. Again, that's another thing that just makes it so great. I mean, you look at the cooldowns. His ultimate's already off cooldown. He just used it in that gank attempt right there. It's a 30-second cooldown. And so he's going to go again now with it. Pebbles finds a target here in Pharaoh. Pyromancer the assistance, and down goes Pharaoh. I must say, Fine's a great player just all around, of course, but it seems like to me, Pyromancer, whenever he gets his hand on Pyromancer in that secondary support role, he's arguably the best one at it. I mean, he seems like he's always on the ball with his combos. He's using his blazing strike at the right times. He's getting some very good farm on him. Yeah, he's. It seems like we've been commenting a lot on his Pyromancer play specifically lately. So, yeah, big shout out to Fine playing the Pyromancer here. Torture back to the bottom lane. Super KG just wants to continue that farm down there. Again, he's trying to finish that tablet, which is a solid pickup for sure. Helm of the Black Legion on Lodestone. We haven't talked too much about him, but he's building up tanky. Pharaoh's actually caught out here. Torture coming in though. Now Dampier's in trouble. Right after the Pharaoh comes out, Dampier is going to end up falling. Big turnaround right there. Defensive Master's Call coming to big play. And that is a huge kill for Lions. Exactly what they need to once again just keep this game moving along here, if anything. Even after that pick, I mean, Dampier's still looking at 450 plus GPM, but double tablets in the meantime over here between Pebbles and Pyromancer. Obviously, you're going up against a Pharaoh. I do wonder about that from Pebbles, though. I mean, speaking of item pickups, you think Shrunken Head. Again, if they were playing more of the serious game, you're winning the game, then Shrunken Head. But if anything, I thought he was maybe going to go Soulsborg, but no, he goes a tablet route. Yeah, I mean, Andromeda, Pharaoh, Torture, like, these heroes are heroes that tablet's good against, but so is the Shrunken Head. But at the same time, maybe making the point that when he jumps in, he wants to be able to get away with the tablet. And also have a tool to save his teammates. But what's done is done. Dampier now back up, goes right for the bottom lane. Continues to farm down there. Congor being attempted here by Land Esports Club. And this is a very big Congor kill. I guess they all kind of are, but Fuse Vorticite should spot them. Should have spotted them, and yeah, the minute I can see, but it's just not even. Okay, wow, I thought that was a Congor kill for a second. No, the tower falls. Congor's at half life, so Congor is gonna stay alive, and Lion Esports Club chance of, trying to ninja a Congor kill to definitely build up a lot of momentum themselves is unfortunately held off.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn Tower.
Also falls in favor of Team like Excellent in the process, as the creeps do work for them right there. Now Legion Team Excellent, they go right into the Congor pit. Minutes will spot that right away, but we're going to see a ninja attempt perhaps. Andromeda coming in. Ooh, Legion Team falls back quickly though. They do not want it to be stolen. It seems like. Double damage on Pebbles. You gotta be worrisome about that if you're Lion Esports Club here. Bouncing, dancing around Congor here. There's a rev board right on top of Congor, so Lions have information if it's being done. There's a swap throw on the Pebbles. They're going to go for a burst. Comstar comes out, but a little bit too late. He tablet over the ledge already. He has another tablet. Low Stone, Shadowstorm, Bat Blast connects. He's still alive though. Shadowstorm hits, and Drama's going to end up falling in the background. After the Pharaoh misses. Wretched going for a kill on a Pyromancer. Cannot finish him off though. And in the meantime, the rest of Team Excellent running away though. Looks like Pebbles was bursted down in the end, but he does buy back immediately. And Lions will fall back, so they're fine with that. They get a buyback used. They got to kill on Pebbles. Andromeda the only one to die, but now Congor goes right back into the Congor pit. But once again, Lion Esports Club does not want to get this off. Torturous Yell impalements up. Lowstone trying to distract them. They're gonna have to fall back again though. Lowstone taking some damage now. Chain reactions come out with the Rock Gel in the background. Dampier going for a kill, but at what cost? He gets a kill to Pharaoh, but Wretched X pounding in some good damage himself. One more attack down goes Dampier. Luna's gonna fall, and now Pebbles being carted around. Sloppy decision making right there. Several fights going on. Big burst on a Torture from Pyromancer as Wretched X will chase, but that will be a kill. And now the Hellborn team in response, buyback on Dampier, trying to kill Wretched X, but the blink at the last second going to be fine. Hanskin, however, not going to be the same story. I think Hanskin for sure is dead. You see he has support coming, but they can't get them close enough. So he falls once again back into the Congor pit. Pharaoh does buy back. Yeah, if you're the Legion team, I don't know about this anymore. They're going to fall back altogether. And I think that's going to be into that, or is it Andromeda thinking about going for a swap? Not going to happen. Jeez Louise. Buyback also happened on Master of Arms. So what just happened? Dampier and Pebbles also bought back. So I think the big picture there, and I mean, obviously it's ultimately also determined who gets the Congor kill. Another Wrath of the Pharaoh miss coming out. Both teams, Congor is so low, he's slowly regenning. But both teams know they cannot just freely give it up here. They gotta fight for it. This has turned into a very, very interesting part of the game. Aluna comes in with a Ward of Sight. It's immediately counter-warded though. He put it right next to a Rev Ward. Tree's just respawning there in the process. There goes Dampier, back onto Congor. Once again, Glue's put down though. And that also prevents any portal keys from being used, especially even by Dampier. That's a great thing about that goo coming out. Not only for scouting. So this is an interesting game part now. Again, it's like, it's a Legion team. They're going to try to, they know that you can't really burst down Congor here if you're Lion Esports Club. So they're going to start spreading out here, getting some farm across the map. Obviously, they don't want to waste too much time just sitting here at the Congor pit. But in the meantime, Lions is just doing that. They're just sitting here at the Congor pit. While Team Excellent's getting bigger and better farm. So Team Excellent definitely making a good decision here, pending Lions ninjing Congor. If that happens, then obviously that will be a 1 victory for Lion Esports Club. A 1 fight, 1 victory. I know that's overlapping. Anyways. Not being done just yet. Just sitting on next to Congor. They're not actually doing it. I mean, obviously there's a Rev Ward here. There's no bound dice to be able to clean it up, but here they go into Congor. Legion team making their way over though. And immediately they fall back, but not the same for Pharaoh. He's going to be jumping here. Big burst damage. He goes down. Torture energizes in. Lowson in an awkward spot. The chain reactions to hit Dampier, but he's going to be fine. Bat Blast is avoided. That was a big miss right there. Dampier being locked down by the charge shot in the back of the Lowson is here. And yeah, Lion Esports Club, that was sloppy by them. I mean,
it's a
Pharaoh, he cannot blink away like the other heroes right there. And now this is 100% going to be the Congor kill finally. There's a bunch to concede, so. Lion Esports Club, they tried so hard at the Congor pit right there
the Legion wins
to make something happen. But in the end, we do have Team Excellent pulling through, so. An interesting game for sure. I mean, obviously that game went from the laning phase itself to the obvious man-up tri-lane being ran by Lions, a great response by Excellent. Lions wasn't really ever able to kind of wrap their heads around it and, you know, make the adjustments themselves. And when they did, even so, Lions still had some chances. But Team xCet, they just played it too well in the end. They played it too well. At that Congor fight, again, Lions did everything they could, but it just wasn't going to happen. So we got a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We got Lion Esports Club taking on Team xCet. Game number 3 coming at you. Winner bracket semifinals here for Cycle 4. We have one more game left in the day. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, definitely stay tuned. Game number 3 just around the corner. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love.